Hello everyone and welcome back to Watch World, and today we are going to be reviewing the Tudor Pelagos. So let's get straight into it. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you are all well. Today we're looking at the Tudor Pelagos, and this one here in front of me is the reference 25600TN from 2021. The Pelagos is a great watch which began its run in 2012 as a tribute to Tudor's long-standing history of producing high-quality dive watches. The watch design is inspired by the vintage dive watches that Tudor used to produce, and the term Pelagos is Greek and translates to deep sea. So in terms of measurements, this is a 42mm watch in case diameter. It has a 49mm lug-to-lug measurement, a 22mm inner lug width, and a case thickness of 14mm. So it is quite a big watch. The 49mm lug-to-lug measurement means it might just suit the smaller wristed people as well. Anything over 50mm lug-to-lug, and you really do need a larger wrist to make those watches work. However, this watch is also available in a 39mm version. So if you do like the design of the Pelagos and you have a smaller wrist, then maybe the 39mm version might be the perfect watch for you. In terms of some of the specs and features of this watch, first and foremost, it is a titanium watch. We have a 60-click unidirectional timing bezel. The bezel is very smooth to rotate, but does feature a little bit of playback. I wouldn't mind the playback if it was a €200 watch, but for a watch that is going on the secondary market for 3 to 4 grand and retails at around €5,200, this is a little bit disappointing. The watch also has a very highly contrasting dial with the black dial and bezel and bright white hour markers and hands, making it an extremely legible watch. We also have a date wheel at 3 o'clock, a tapering bracelet, and a fold-over clasp. So undoing the clasp shows us that this watch features an on-the-fly micro adjustment, making it easy to extend or contract the bracelet. So, if it's in the summertime and the heat expands your wrist a little bit, you can make that watch, you can make the bracelet, a little bit larger, making it more comfortable to wear. And also, if we pull it further, we have a diver's extension on the watch as well, if you're wearing it with a wetsuit or something like that. Inside this watch, then, we have Tudor's Caliber MT5612. This is a COSC certified movement, which beats at 28,800 beats per hour, making it a high beat movement. It also has a bidirectional rotor, 26 joules, and an impressive 70-hour power reserve, meaning if you wear this watch, Monday to Friday, you wear it to work and so on, and take it off Friday afternoon and don't wear it all weekend, it will still be ticking away when you pick it back up on Monday morning. The movement has a hacking and hand wind and has a thickness of 6.5mm and a diameter of 31.8mm. So if you're trying to sync this watch up with another time source, having that hacking option where the second hand stop when you pull the crown out makes it very, very easy to do. It's a very, very useful complication that some people take for granted these days, but for me, hacking is one of the best features to have on an automatic wristwatch. Moving on to the crown, we have a screw-down crown which aids in giving this watch a very hefty 500-meter water resistance rating. Unscrewing the crown is very smooth, and the hand winding is also very smooth. Nothing that you wouldn't expect from a watch in this price range. Pulling it out to the first position, we can quick set the date by rotating the crown counterclockwise. Pulling the crown out to the different settings is also very distinctive. It's not like cheaper watches where you pull the crown out and suddenly you've missed the first setting and gone straight to the second or third position on the crown. On this watch, it is very smooth and distinctive. Pulling the crown out to the next position, we can set the time, and also the date on this watch does not slowly change the date between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. It quickly hops over to the next date as the watch reaches midnight. As you push the crown back in, the minute hand stays where it is, and the watch screws back in nice and comfortably. Sometimes again on cheaper watches, the act of pushing the crown back in can move the minute hand forward or back by 2 or 3 minutes. It's nice to see that this doesn't happen on this timepiece. And here we have the watch on the wrist. Now I have a 7-inch wrist and I think this watch suits very nicely. I think for a daily watch, a dive watch, something like that, I think for a 7-inch wrist, 40 to 42 millimeters is perfect. Obviously then, if I was wearing a dress watch, I might go for something a little bit smaller. But for an everyday watch, I think the dimensions on this are perfect for me. Again, if you have a smaller wrist, if you might have a 6-inch wrist or something like that, the 39mm version of the Pelagos might be a better fit for you. But if you have anything from a 7-inch wrist or larger, I think the 42mm version is perfect. The bracelet on this watch is another feature that is a big pro for me. It is very, very comfortable. You know, everything is nice and smooth. There's nothing that digs into your wrist and can cause irritation. It is all very smooth, very comfortable to wear on the wrist. And here we have the lume. Now the lume on this watch is excellent. And again, it's what you would expect from a watch in this price range. It is blue super luminova. And well, I haven't timed this myself, but from what I've read online, if you charge the watch up, if it gets 3 or 4 hours, maybe even 2 hours of a good charge on a good light source, it will last throughout the night. I do like the blue lume as well. It's a little bit different from the green you see on the majority of watches, and it does shine very, very bright for a long time. Again, I haven't tested the stats that I just mentioned, but when I have worn it, the lume has been very, very bright. And I like that the bezel is also lumed, meaning that if you needed to use the timing bezel in a dark environment, you have that option as well. So there we have it, guys, a look at the Tudor Pelagos in 42mm. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please do hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel out a lot. And I will see you again in the next one. Until then, take care for now, guys.